Drop the push for illegals, get cutting for those here legally. All 42 Republican senators making it clear to Majority Leader Harry Reid today they will block any vote outside of keeping the government going and keeping tax cuts in place. One of them joining me now, Senator John Barrasso of Wyoming. Senator, good to have you.
Thank you, Neil.
I guess this whole push to get this thing done by Senator Reid at a time when however you feel about this legislation, when there's so many top priorities, is it Republicans saying no to even considering it?
Well, with regard to the giving incentives to illegal immigrants who are going to college, if that's what Harry Reid wants to bring to the floor, I just think we need to focus on things that are important to the American people. We sent a letter to the president, all 42 of us have signed it, that said we're going to block anything coming to the floor until we first deal with the #1 concerns of Americans, which are jobs, the economy, the debt, and the spending. And, the president, right after the election, said we owe it to the American people to focus on their #1 concern, which is jobs. And
what kind of reaction, Senator, have you gotten?
Well, there is a bit of a firefight going on the floor of the Senate right now. I just came over from there. The Democrats are very concerned. They want to bring a lot of things to the Senate floor. That's one. Another is the don't ask, don't tell. Another is the treaty with Russia, firefighters into unions. I think we need to give some certainty to Americans as to what their tax rates are going to be come January 1st. And I think we shouldn't raise taxes on anyone, Neil, during this time of an economic recession.
Well, on that point, Senator, we could argue this because you're right. I mean, there might be perfect validity to some of these efforts that Democrats are pushing right now, but time seems to be of the essence, so prioritized. But having said that, is it your sense that we are going to get a Bush tax cut deal one way or the other?
Well, they're working on that right now, and we want to get that vote, and I want to make sure that taxes aren't raised on anyone in this country during these economic times. It's been a month since the election, and it's another month until all of the new members are sworn in. And for a whole month, Neil, we've only done one bill, and that was a food safety bill. So you say, what are they thinking? Why aren't we focusing on the jobs, the economy, the debt, and the spending? We need to really focus on that. That's what the American people said on Election Day.
Well, what does your gut tell you then, Senator, when they have this compromise committee, whatever they're calling it, led by Tim Geithner, running around Capitol Hill behind you today? And most of the members on that, save maybe Van Hollen, Nancy Pelosi's #2, who's not for extending them for the well-to-do, but it seems like the other members are open to it. That would at least signal to me that the compromise would be something like extending them for everyone and maybe the rich for a year or two. Is that, in the end, what you think happens, or am I overly reading it?
Well, no, I think you have a good understanding of this, Neil. You shouldn't raise taxes on anyone during these economic times. Many of us would like to see these tax cuts be made permanent, and the question is going to be how long and for who. But I think you shouldn't raise taxes on anyone.
You could live with them not being permanent for the wealthy if you can get them extended a couple of years.
We'll see what comes to the Senate floor for the debate and the discussion.
But if it comes down to that, that's what I'm asking. If it comes down to that, is that what you would be happy to settle?
We have to do that. We have to do that first, Neil. We have to do that before you get to don't ask, don't tell, before you get to this DREAM Act incentives for college students who are illegal immigrants, and look at the whole list and the treaty with Russia. We need to focus on the American people and their concerns, and their #1 concern are jobs. And with 9.6% unemployment, Neil, the last thing we should do is make it harder for the job creators of this country. We want to make it easier for people to create jobs.
Senator Barrasso, always great having you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Neil.
All right, Senator Barrasso, by the way, the DREAM Act to which the senator was referring, push or shove, they are going to, at least in the House, take it up. That's the one that many critics say essentially gives complete legal status to illegals. Democrats differ. It just paves the way, they argue, to give opportunities, education, otherwise, to the children of illegals in this country. But regardless, the House is going to take that up tomorrow. We'll see what happens.